Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. So today I will going to report the Group 3 presentation with the participation of my members, Mihia Michael John, Reynalyn Galvez, Micaela Balanon, Dicelyn Suarez, and Kitolis Roby Jane. So let us start the Module 11 activities entitled Global Demography. In relation to our topics, at activity, let me share my thoughts about global demography. It is the study of the worldwide population rather than the population of a specific country, region, or city. It is useful because it provides the big picture of the entire human population without an influence from local economics, cultural, or geographic factors. So in our group, we choose Barangay Paldit Season, Pangasinan, with the total population of 11,350 individuals as of 2022 census. According to our research, female, they have 5,469 as of 2022, and the male, 5,881 as of 2022. So, mas marami sa Barangay Paldit Season ang mga lalaki kaysa sa babae. And maidagdag ko lang, according to my former teacher in my senior high, kapag malaki ang population, bababa ang ekonomiya ng bansa, lalaki naman ang demand at the same time, bababa naman ang supply. Pero kapag maliit naman ang population, tataas ang ekonomiya, tataas din ang supply at bababa naman ang demand. Ngunit kukulangin ang mga kumpanya ng manpower o manggagawa. So, ilan sa mga ito ay epekto ng paglaki or pagbaba ng population growth sa ating bansa, lalo na sa ekonomiya. Nakakaapekto din siya sa global demography. So, matatalakay natin mamaya sa last part ng aking report. So, ang census o pag-collect ng mga data figures na to ay may mahalagang papel sa pang-araw-araw na buhay nating lahat. Lalo na yung mga tangible and intangible things na nakukontribute sa ating individuals or ng buong bansa. Okay, next. Life expectancy ratio. It is the average number of years of life remaining if a group of persons at the age were to experience the mortality rates for a particular year over the course of their remaining life. So, ang life expectancy ratio ng Barangay Paldit Season Pangasinan ay umaabot ng 67.2%. Habang ang pinapanganak naman birth rate ay 22,620 as of 2020 with equivalent of 7.71%. Habang ang namamatay naman death rate 12,470 as of 2020 with an equivalent of 4.25%. So mas marami ang pinapanganak siguro minuminuto, oras kaysa sa namamatay. So, kaya lumalaki ang population growth or population rate ng buong bansa dahil hindi na natin nakokontrol yung pagdami or yung pagtaas ng birth rate. Habang ang kanilang birth rate naman ay mas mataas kaysa sa death rate, so mas madami pa ding pinapanganak araw-araw, segundo at minuto kaysa namamatay. So yan yung napansin namin based on the data that we've been collected. Okay, next. The literacy rate. It is the percentage of people ages 15 and above who can both read and write with the understanding a short simple statement about their everyday life. So, sinusukat nito kung gaano kadami sa isang lugar, sa isang bansa, kung madami ba yung nakakabasa at the same time nakakasulat. So, ang literacy rate naman ng Matagat Paldit Season ay umaabot sila ng 96.6%. average per household equivalent of 5.24%. Malaki din yung persyento ng mga tagapaldit per household. Okay, next, the synthesis on the given data. On the given data of our chosen barangay, the male population is 5,881 is higher than the female population, which is 5,496. And the average life expectancy rate is 67.2 years. On the given data of our chosen barangay, the male population is 5,881 is higher than the female population, which is 5,496. In the average life expectancy rate is 67.2 years. The birth rate of the chosen barangay as of 2002 to 2022 is 22,620, which is 7.71% of the population, and the death rate of the barangay is 12,470 or 4.25% from 2002 to 2022. Lastly, the literacy rate of the barangay is 96.6%, and the average per household is 5.24%. The people in our chosen barangay can read, write, speak, and listen. Okay, next. The analysis on how these figures affect global demography. Demographic changes are affecting life cycle risk. In this section, we focus on the population of a specific barangay that our group has chosen. It shows here the social structure and our good health. This section shows how the population arises as well as the death. Changing mortality. Changing morality and birth patterns. The development of a particular barangay triggers significant changes in birth and morality, which in turn results in dramatic challenges in life. Expectancy, the age structure of the population, and dependency ratios. These waves are responsible for the growing costs of the age-related processes that mainly affect well-being during the retirement period and the need to countermeasure them with early preventive treatment. They will also affect future retirement systems, needs to be addressed without delay. Retirement systems are key to financing the other more immediately imminent problems of these economies. The future retirement systems will likely take the form of mandatory privatized plans to be supported by some form of governmental social security system that will take care of special cases that cannot be handled by the private sector. Changing morality and birth patterns. The development of a particular barangay triggers significant changes in birth and morality, which in turn results in dramatic changes in life expectancy at the age structure. During the development phase of a country, birth rates and fertility rates decline as well, but at much slower pace than mortality. It often takes a few decades for the number of births per mother to reach a significantly lower level. This outcome is not just a technical matter of faster spread and wider use of contraceptives, but a deeper cultural and religious issue. The World Health Organization, or the WHO, statistics show that in many less developed countries, the use of contraceptives is limited to just 5 to 15% of the population, compared to about 3/4 of the population in developed countries. The interaction with declining mortality means that the number of births declines slowly, but the number of surviving children per mother grows rapidly. The average number of births per woman can be around 5 to 6 in the less developed countries, and this fertility rate is slowly declined to around 2 births per woman. At fertility rates of around 2 per mother, the natural growth of population stops or even turns into a slow decline. The fertility ratio continues to drop to around 1.5 and lower, meaning that these populations are shrinking unless there is a significant inflow of immigrants in a country. The immediate result of these trends of mortality in birth patterns is the experience of baby booms. This is expressed by the growth in the number of surviving children. In the absence of major migration, the population structure is quite predictable for several decades, almost a century in fact. During the first few years, there is remarkable growth in the number of school-age children, and 2 decades later, a substantial increase in the figures for university students, then another 4 decades of a large workforce, followed by a few decades with a large population of retired people. The baby boom turns into a geriatric boom. Together with the decreasing mortality of adults, there is drastic growth in the number of people needing some old age services. Concurrently, by the time the baby boomers get old, the gradually declining birth rates would reach the point of lowest proportion, and often also the absolute number of young children. And that's the analysis on the effect in the global demography. Thank you, ma'am, for listening. God bless.